these next sketchbooks that I got, and all the following ones were black because I tried to order the brown ones, but it didn't work out. Oh, the black ones look pretty cool. They're kind of sleek. I don't really mind. This is a sticker I got, I think, at the GOT7 concert for Sub K Entertainment. You can see this starts in February 2017. This to March 2018. This is a, I don't know, Eastern Market. This was one of my friend's thesis projects. This is another probably networking event name tag, another one of my own personal stickers. Oh, I have Not Bad Project for my Instagram now included in there. Still old Twitter handle, email, and still Snapchat. Why would I want people to find my Snapchat? Alright, so this is a Not Bad Project idea design. This is kind of the drawing I did to launch the Not Bad Project. This was the comics that I did after January. This semester, I kind of got back into comics and I started to really enjoy making them. I always enjoy them, but I tried to have some more fun with it. Flowers and tiny little fashion girls. Another fashion doodle. This was some drawings from reference. I think this is like a drawing of my sister that I'm sure she would never want to see because she's like looking down. There's my niece. Sleeping. This is a comic I drew about unpaid internships, which I ended up getting one. These are all the attempts that I did of like trying like the flinging motion of like how to draw this, because this was all drawn freehand, so I had to like make sure that I would draw it right. This is a meeting place for, oh god, the internship that I did from hell. It was so horrible. This is a fashion drawing I still really like. Comics. This was really quick drawing I did. I think this is the bias where's my clothes meme, and I was like wearing a tank top, so there's Jin in a tank top. Ideations for a logo. You can see like this was another one where I had to like test it out to make sure that when I finally drew it, it would be good. This was Spring Day when Spring Day came out. Some Taeyong fan art, I guess. Doodles. Comic I drew. Drawings. Here's Moon Jong-up. And some more Korean. Why? What does this say? I don't. Sometimes I just practice my Hangul, but I don't remember any of it. So your dad a baker. This was for my internship from hell. These are like meeting notes. Drawing of Jungkook that I did. Sometimes I will try to trace over things and draw them again. More Hangul. This is just probably more practice. Keep Taeyong. This is my outfit of the day. Food doodles. Some more logo ideations. The comic. This is a comic that I ended up doing digitally, but then I also went and inked it when I was like messing around one day. This is one of the like time traveler characters, I guess. This is somebody's OC. More like drawing and doodle. This was like an attempt at a drawing you'll see later in the sketchbook. These are some drawings that I don't think I ever posted. These are some sketches, ideations for a graphic design project that I did. Just doodle. These are some flowers that I did after I finished this sketch. I really liked the way this turned out, so I kind of explored it more. I'm still kind of thinking about like do a series of this, maybe as prints. Like I ended up making prints of these, a couple of these designs. It would be cool to make more. Comics. Yeah, see, like I was still like after that project, I got really stuck on drawing like cherry blossoms, so they're all over my sketchbooks. This was like kind of finalized those designs, like more just whenever there was extra space, I would just fill it with flowers. These are some designs for Not Bad Project. More flowers, logo, silhouettes, and ideations. And then like I finished this logo and I scanned it and I like doodled over it. What's this? This is Namjoon. Doodles. Some like shape challenges. This is also like surrounded by notes. I think like this is probably like one of the few good drawings in this sketchbook. I think that I felt about that. I feel like I was kind of in a rut these whole past like 3 months, so I drew that and I kind of liked how it turned out. I drew Brian and Brian again. This was kind of like an attempt at like a more detailed version of the logos that you can see throughout. It's for a freelance job that I do for Soldadera, but this ended up getting scrapped. Some more Not Bad Project ideas. I think this is the only one that I ended up making. This was a Michael Beirut talk. He's a pretty well-known graphic designer. Oh, this is a copy of the notes inside my other sketchbook because I had to do this workshop again. I've done the workshop like 3 times. And this is like a list of song requests that I made to my friend surrounding my Not Bad Project characters. Oh, this is a sketch that I really liked the way that it turned out, so I didn't want to ink over it. So I inked it on transparency paper. Oh, and this is a kind of layout mock-up of what I wanted my final thesis project to look like because it was a wall installation. This is some ideas for my graphic design poster. doodles, notes. This was a job that I was going to do, a lyric video that was filmed very similar to like the way that this sketchbook tour is. A little bit more ratchet. I don't really like the way it turned out, so it's not on my channel. I went to the BTS concert, I think, and I drew this afterwards. Here's me again. Saturday, April 1st is when I made this. Listening to Pink and White by Frank Ocean. The weather is beautiful because it's spring weather. Ugh, it's winter right now. I wish it was spring. The last movie and show I saw says literally nothing, because I guess I didn't remember. I just got paid. I still have my iPhone 6 and the battery is shitty. It's still shitty. Phone wallpaper is Pretty Boys again. There are no art challenges, and I went to 2 concerts. I went to B1A4 and BTS in the course of having this sketchbook. I have a list of my plant family, which they're all dead except Hazel the Basil and then the mints. Oh, and look, I guess it says, this was the month I suffered through a horrible 6-week internship thing, but it's finally over. Overall, the art in this sketchbook felt really unsatisfying. Let's look forward to good work in the next one. Menda. Sorry, you can see it now. Thanks, past self. This is a sticky note from something that needed to be given to me. This is my resume that I was using as a back page. This isn't what my resume looks like anymore. Other notes from people in the sorority. Next one. Alright, so this sketchbook, April 2017 to June 2017. I went to an Autumn Kings concert. I put another Monster Girl sticker. I bought these BTS stickers at the concert, or like when I went to the concert, but not at the concert. I did a workshop at Ocelot Print Shop, so I'd get the sticker. Here's a dick from my friend's thesis project. This is a sticker that I made, that I just drew on. We've still got kind of the same thing going on here, but instead of my Snapchat, I have my YouTube channel now. Good job, Amanda. I don't know if I uploaded anything interesting there, but yeah. This is my dope-ass RPG character, Finn. She's a dwarf. My friends made her for me because I got late to the party, so I was a dwarf character. And then these are all the notes that I transferred from my old sketchbook to my new one. So like things that were important, things that I had to do. Doodles, comics, and then like ideation for packaging. These are all the thumbnails from the end of my thesis comic. I didn't realize that. That makes sense because it was in April. That's when I ended and when I had my thesis show. So these are all like kind of the frames that I did for that comic. This is me trying to motivate myself to finish school that year. This was from Power of the Press. Somebody had a typewriter there, so I went and typed some of the lyrics to BTS, but typewriters are very unforgiving and that one was a little bit broken, so you can see like it looks weird and cryptic. These are some more thumbnails from my graphic design project because it was a series of posts. Alright, so these are actually under sketches of my thesis that I sketched over, and then I did some brush tests on like these existing sketches. Here's a note for me. This was we had a workshop by Joey Celadon. He's an industrial designer, so he drew a lot of shoes. He had to sketch some of them and do like some hand sketches. These are my like winning hand sketch. And I just put those over a couple of drawings that I didn't really like. Some more doodles. This is the design for the Not Bad project that I made and scanned, and then after that I filled all this space with more notes, and then I marked this page because it was important because this was some advice on freelancing. Doodles. There's some like gestury kind of doodles. This is a flower fro. I have this habit of like drawing flowers when I'm really tired. These are some thumbnails for a lyric video that I made that I don't really show people because I don't really like the way that it turned out. I wish I'd spent more time on it and had more knowledge. Some flowers. These are some kind of background elements for Soldadera coffee for the packaging. It's a girl. This was like kind of like a comic idea that I like that I wrote down and I never made. Here's some more notes for me for my sorority. I don't know if I ever posted this. I'm not sure. This is Che from the Not Bad project. She didn't have a name at that time. Gesturing notes. I remember drawing this at my thesis show because I was sitting down. And these, I was sketching a couple people for my thesis show as well. These are not included. There was nobody hugging. But I was just like sitting there with nothing to do. Oh, this is from when I got back. So this was the last thing I drew before I went to Korea and Japan, and this is what I drew when I came back. This is a drawing of a guy that I met there. I didn't have any photos of him, so I just drew from my memory and with like a reference of somebody else, because all the guys in Seoul were wearing white hats. So this is all I have of him. Some mermaids, because it was May for mermaid. This is the only thing I drew for mermaid. Namjoon and Jin. Some comics, mermaid in a cup. There's a turtle that I rescued because I'm a manic pixie dream girl. So all these drawings are from when I lived in Lansing. It's interesting because this is when Instagram had like their carousel format. So I was able to like start making my comics to kind of accommodate for that. Kalani, she came near Grand Rapids for a concert, but I didn't go see her because I didn't have any money. I was really broke. This is when I was very broke. This was the summer after my senior year. You know, this is when my senior year ended. There's Wonder Woman. I drew this at a meeting for another job that I got that kind of fell through. They didn't really ghost me indefinitely, but they ghosted me for a really long time. This is a fish. My sister wanted me to draw a fish design tattoo for her. And it wasn't like this. It's supposed to be simplified, but I drew this so I could kind of get a feel of like what the fish was like so that I could then simplify it to like these designs. And I sent her this one because I thought, you know, maybe she wanted a more finalized drawing. And I was like, do you want it to like be curving like this? Or do you want it to be like from above, more like these kinds of sketches? Do you want me to make another sketch like this, but like this? You know what I mean? And they weren't blue at that time. I colored these in later. But I sent her a photo of them and she ended up just getting this fish tattoo, like this tiny sketch. This is very close to like the real size that she got it on her body. So that was kind of cool, but I was also surprised. And some drawings. We were drawing this in like a coffee shop in Lansing. Some ideas like for Not Bad Project that still haven't made. Doodles of like the drama I was watching at the time. Oh, this was some lettering ideas for the freelance coffee job that I have. These are some ideas for Not Bad Project. This one still hasn't been made, but this one actually I did make it. This was a short time when I had purple hair. So these are like a couple of the drawings from then. But you can tell I was pretty down just by the drawings of people at this time, just because I didn't have a job. I wasn't making any money. Just some jasmine. My sister's also considering getting like a jasmine tattoo, so I drew some jasmine drawings for her. Actually, my friend also was considering getting a tattoo, so I drew that for her. There's some characters from Not Bad Project. This is one that was made, these two still not. And that's the end. I didn't have my other sketchbooks with me, so I didn't have all my ideas of like what I was supposed to write. What have we got here? I finished this on June 29th, but I wrote this on July 3rd. The song I'm playing, or whatever, the thing that was playing at the time was Sirens Episode 5. My lock screen was Niagara Falls and Young, Broke, and Talented. I hadn't gone to any concerts because I was young, broke, and talented. Or just broke. The last movie I saw in theaters was Wonder Woman. The weather was hot, there were a lot of sun showers, and I was sitting at my desk in Lansing. And that's the end of that. Ooh, we got... This is the quality control sticker that Moleskine gives you. It's a drawing of Jay. Oh, and this was like kind of another idea for Not Bad Project. Here we go. Next sketchbook, July 2017 to September. I did Inktober in a completely different sketchbook, so this one, I think at the end I included some stuff from that time. A sticker from a friend. I saw Autumn Kings again. This is the Gudetama sticker because I got that in Japan. I wrote swag. This is another one of those monster girls. This sticker is actually from the Day 6 concert. They had us put stickers over our phone flashlight so that all our lights would be blue for one of the songs. So I put that on my sketchbook. 2 Instagrams, my old Twitter, and AyToZee art still there. And another one of my stickers. Starting off strong with just tiny doodles and notes. These are some notes that I had made about moving apartments, actually. Some flowers. Another starting off strong. They're just doodles. Yeah, I was still feeling pretty down because I didn't have any money. I have a job, so these are comics about that. I drew some dogs to cheer up. You know how it is. Y'alls. I drew this, and then I think I added all these flowers later because I was doodling in class or something. Some internet wisdom and more flowers. Notes and comics. These are some shirt designs that I sent off to this magazine job that I was like sort of going to have. I sort of have it now. I don't want to talk about it. Picture of Daniel. These characters from Not Bad Project again. I kind of want to develop them into like kind of a story, but we'll see where that goes. Doodles and flowers. See, this is when I named all of the characters from Not Bad Project. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a story with them, and I still haven't, but we'll see. At least I have like 9 more original characters. That's pretty cool. Here's some ideation for the lettering for that coffee freelancing job that I have. I misspelled Soldadera, and so I traced over it, spelled it correctly, and then tried to overlay, see how the coffee would overlay on it, because they were supposed to overlap that way. Comics. This is another kind of character that's kind of been rolling around in my head for the past like 2-3 years. It's kind of just like a demon with like a bull dog and dog's head. I drew this at the Drink and Draw event, so I was kind of toasted when I was drawing this, but it turned out pretty okay. This is when JJ Project dropped, so that's JB. This was ideation for a mini zine, like a 1-page zine that I was going to make about myself and like give to employers, but I never made it. Some more drawing. Here's some Baby Driver fan art. This is a mock-up of a painting that I was going to do. This is for a job that I got ghosted on indefinitely as well. It was a freelancing job to make belt buckles, and the guy just ghosted me. I don't know. It was just kind of an ongoing trend in my life. This was like an attempt at a small like 3x3 centimeter challenge that I didn't do. Flowers, animal illustration. I should really do more animal illustration. Some more stuff for Soldadera. Maybe like a sugar skull kind of design. They didn't actually end up wanting to go with kind of a big blocky text that I made, so they wanted me to do something more delicate. Some more animal kind of sketches. This was ideation for kind of a sketch for an art test that I did for a job, but it didn't end up kind of going through. I guess this is surrounded by notes, because that's my life. Comics. This is Chin Young from the JJ Project. I was really proud of this when I drew it. Kind of the final design for Soldadera Coffee, or at least one of the many. Or Jin again. This is for BTS's other DNA comeback, or like leading up to it. I drew some almond blossoms. Color experiment, I think. This is when I finally started seriously working on my animation channel. So this is the very few frames of my first animation. Like there actually weren't a lot of drawings involved. Oh, outfits of the day that I never posted, but it was for the first week of school. Those are the outfits I wore. And of course notes, because school started, and it's all notes, that notes life. By the way, since this is after my senior year, I had an additional semester after I was a senior. So that's why it goes into the fall, and that's why it started school again. This is a Idol OC, and more drawings of that Idol OC. I felt super lame for making her, but she's great. Maybe someday I will use her. This is a redo of those flowers because I was going to make a print out of them, a screen print, and more Idol OC doodles. I was making phone calls at my internship at the print shop, and so I was doodling all of these flowers while I was making those phone calls. This was a redo of Soldadera, and this was something for my graphic design 3 class. Flowers, comics, and then more stuff for that class. I ended up scanning those, and I was like, keep going through that. This is stuff more for that project. It was Namjoon's birthday. These were some just kind of day 6 lettering designs, because I just got really into day 6 at this time. I briefly considered redoing that design, and I'm still considering it, so maybe someday. Comics, flowers. This is some ideation for a print design that I made for my little sister. I'm still working on it. I'm gonna make a sweatshirt of this for her. This I actually ended up making. And see, there's my demon character. This is for BTS's Her album. These are some of the tracks from it. Got some sketches. This is the Her era for BTS. It was such a good time. Some fan art from that. This was a t-shirt competition that I participated in. They didn't end up going with my design, but that's okay. Sketches of Taeyeon. This is a Hoseok sketch. This is when I finally actually made my first pattern in Photoshop, and it was like just lemons. Who doesn't love citrus? This is kind of a bad sketch. I just wanted to put something on my last page before I finished it. So we have, what have we got for the end? This was November 8th is when I when I wrote in this, because after this sketchbook, I used a completely different sketchbook for Inktober, which I'm not gonna go through. So November 8th, it says I waited to do this until after Inktober, because like, you know, my last reflective page of every sketchbook. I was playing Love Somebody by Taku. Both of these, my lock screen and my home screen, were drawings that I made. Art challenge, Inktober obviously, but it's not in the sketchbook. And I got a haircut, made my hair short. The concerts I went to were Autumn Kings. I saw Day 6 in Detroit, and then I saw Day 6 in Toronto. Last movie I saw in theaters, I have no idea. And I'm just on my floor in my bed in my Southfield apartment. So this is when I finally moved to my Southfield apartment. Projects that I'm working on, or that I was working on at that time. Both of these have been uploaded now. The Day 6 weekend video and an Asian video, and my mood, and then just things that I guess I was worried about. Oh my goodness, this is the last sketchbook. I did not realize that this would be so tiring. But I guess standing here and talking is kind of exhausting. So this is the last sketchbook. This is the most recent completed sketchbook that I have. The sticker is from my internship. The sticker is from when I got my own MacBook. I also successfully donated blood, so there's that. And this is an old sticker. So was this one. This was from when I won the Sakura This Is Ground contest. It was a giveaway. And this was from my Moonrise album from Day 6. I just peeled it off the album and I put it on my sketchbook. So we got November 2017 to January 2018. And here's another one of my stickers. We're running out of these. And I still included all of these things, but finally my Twitter handle has been updated. Let's move on. And the first page is empty. This was ideation for my print that I did at the print shop. I was thinking about making a book, but then I scrapped that. These are some of my comics. My comics have obviously slowed down in this past semester just because I have less funny things to say, I guess. I bought a new pen in October. They're very finicky. This is another instance where I like had some drawings and I just drew right over them later I just filled the rest of the space with flowers. Make love, not capitalism. Live by that. Some drawings of Jin Young. This is a sketch that I ended up coloring on like marker paper, but it's Jay and some anemones, and then here's Wompil and some daffodils. I wanted to do all the members, but I ended up only doing 2 of them. Here's some notes, I guess. Yeah, interview notes. This is for a job that I tried to get, kind of teaching online, but I didn't end up getting it. This is when I got really into the Rose band, and then there's some roses, as you can see. These are some drawings of him. This is Dojun from the Rose. I was drawing in red pen while I was listening to Music Access. These are the other members. So then this sketchbook I got really into just like really shitty scribbles. I'm just kind of trying to like fill pages. So you can see that I've made progress from my past sketchbook, and I'm actually like filling space better, utilizing the pages more successfully. I don't think I posted this either. This is Che again, but I changed her hair a little bit. So I was thinking, oh, I'll revive Not Bad Project this year. Still haven't. Maybe, eventually. These are also characters from it, but they don't look like themselves. I think these are notes from an interview again. It's a style kind of experiment with color. Oh, I started a style journal that I didn't keep up with. Every once in a while I try to get back into color, and then I just go full black and white again. AyToZee. Let's see, like just doodles covered in flowers. You can tell I'm tired or not really feeling it. Like trying to get like way looser. Like this whole sketchbook journey has been me like trying to get looser. I'm trying to push that a lot more lately. This is a self-portrait. Oh, and these are just like patterns that I was drawing. This was during like a presentation. See like the patterns again. More shitty scribbles, but like some scribbles turn out better than others. Just have to deal with the shame. Look, more Hangul, it's back. This year for January, I did it on separate pages. In this sketchbook, I just have all of the thumbnails for like what they were going to be. Oh, and this is these are all the thumbnails from my latest concert vlog video. So this is the thumbnails of all of the frames that I saw, and some of them are like rejects. Or that they didn't make it in. I ended up drawing them. And there's some more thumbnails. There's some doodles with the red pen because I got into it. Oh, and this is a story that I'm hoping to like start and write. This is the first time like I've come up with a story in a really long time, but these are the characters in it. And see, like this character has appeared. I've finally written his story. So hopefully we'll see more of that in the future. But yeah, I did like kind of like a dialogue between them. I was just kind of like letting my ideas flow, which I haven't done in a really long time. I think all of college, like I didn't really come up with any like original creative like stories and characters, and feel really sad about that. Hopefully like this comic I can maybe get it off the ground. More thumbnails for January. These are thumbnails for like kind of a gift that I was thinking of making for somebody. And some more drawings once like I kind of finished up with January. Fan art. Who was this supposed to be? This isn't. Just doing some more doodles with straight pen, trying to like just kind of loosen up, trying to improve. Jay with his guitar, and there's Jay with his guitar again. It's interesting because like this was more sketchy, and I guess it looks, you know, it looks pretty good, but I actually ended up liking this one a lot better because it was really loose, and I like wanted to fill up the rest of the space, but like the month had come to an end. And so I just ended the sketchbook so I could move on. Oh, and I also didn't fill the last page. It's fine. But yeah, so let's see where I'm at now. So this is February 2nd, and I was listening to Music Access. What a surprise. These are still the same phone backgrounds that I have. The art challenge I have here is January. The show I'm watching is I'm Not a Robot. Concerts, none. Last movie in theaters. This is just a list of all the movies that I saw in theaters. And I'm sitting on my brown desk. The projects I've been working on is BTS Highlight, which is finished. And then these two have yet to be made. The Weather's Cold as Fuck. And I may be working on that. Yeah, the short story comic that is in here. And so these are just a couple other things that were going on with me, but that's it. That's the end of the sketchbook tour. I have no idea if I'm gonna make this one big video or split it into a couple, but we've made it so far. I am very tired from this sketchbook tour, but that's it. That is all 7 sketchbooks. Whew. I'm gonna go take a nap. Thank you all for watching and tuning in if you did, and I hope y'all have a great day. Be sure to, I don't know, love yourself and drink some water and eat some good food, and I don't know, that's all. Bye.